Here we go!
Hey everyone, Greg and Charlie here from Disney with Charlie, and we are excited still. We just got back from a very quick trip to Disney World. We turned this thing around in less than 24 hours, flew down there, stayed a night, came right back, all for one reason only, and that was Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. We were able to preview it because of the annual pass holder.
The pass holder previews.
Pass holder previews.
We have platinum passes, so we were included, and it was for 4 hours. But it was totally worth the 24 hours in Walt Disney World trip. We just want to talk to you a little bit about our impressions of the land and to give you our thoughts on taking little ones into Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, we brought both of our kids. We surprised them. We didn't tell them what we were doing until Friday morning.
And we're going to go to Disney World.
They thought they were just getting to take a day off and stay home with Dad while Mom went to work. And then, no, we dropped on, we're going to Disney World. And, but we took both of them. Chandler is 9, our oldest. Eli is 3. And so we feel like it'd be really good for us. And there's videos already out there on a review of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, as it is already opened in Disneyland for several months now. Mm-hmm. But we'll go through a quick review. We got plenty of footage, plenty of video, but we wanted to approach it more for how family friendly is it and what can you expect. So when we got in there, we walked through, what's that street called?
Grand Avenue by Muppet Vision, Baseline, Tap House, right in kind of to the back left of Hollywood Studios.
And that's just one of 2 entrances. The other entrance will come from
Toy Story Land.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but that was very unassuming. That entrance is just a giant, looks like an underpass, goes into a tunnel. Then all of a sudden you find yourself on Batuu, and Disney does what Disney does best. You are completely immersed from the sounds to the landscape. It was phenomenal. You first get in there and you're in the Resistance area where you have the Rise of the Resistance queue. That's an attraction that will be opening up in December. And then a couple of photo ops, which are really cool, worth waiting in line for because they do have some magic shots there. So that's kind of the first area. There's also some merch where you can buy some Resistance attire. Mm-hmm. And then, so you work yourself around a bend and you come up on the market. I would say that's the next kind of quadrant you naturally run into. And it consists of all kinds of cool little shops and things. You have the creature stall, mm-hmm. which the kids loved. They had all kinds of little toys, kind of mimicking different aliens and creatures throughout the galaxy.
All sorts of battery operated creatures.
Oh yes, yes. Some of them not scary at all and fun. Some of them, some little ones will be very hesitant in touching and playing with. But your older kids will not. But overall, it's a lot of fun. And you also have a couple of other places in the market where you can buy other merchandise. The Toydarian Toy Maker's got his little souvenir shop, hers, and it's got toys and other gadgets and souvenirs in there. You've got a shop for clothes, so you can go in there and buy you some clothing and attire so you can fit in with the locals. And then there is the little popcorn stand. I can't remember what the name of it was. Katsaka's, yes. And that's actually where me and Eli went while Mom and Chandler were waiting in line for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's run. And we got us some of the Outpost popcorn mix and a souvenir, Droid bucket, and some sodas served in orbs.
Yes.
I keep getting confused. When we first saw them, we walked up there and Shirley had the camera. She's like, oh,
I said, oh, look at these pods. And they said, well, here in Batuu, we call them orbs. And I was like, okay. Oh, look. They're like pods.
We call them orbs here.
I'm sorry?
Orbs.
Orbs. I'm sorry. Orbs.
Some of our new travelers are learning the lingo of the area.
Better get that right now. Anyhow, you work yourself through the market. Lots of stuff to see and do. They're really fun. And towards the end of it, you come out at Ronto's Roasters, which is, they don't have a very big menu. What do they serve primarily?
Basically, just a morning wrap and a lunch and dinner wrap. It's mostly like grilled sausage and a pita bread. So they're pretty substantial in size, but if you have picky eaters, it may not be for you. But definitely like food truck street fare.
So once you come out of there, Ronto's Roasters, you come into the area known as, what is it?
Black Spire Outpost, which is the happening area.
Yes.
That's Docking Bay 7, that's Oga's Cantina, Droid Depot, Savi's Workshop, I cannot say this, Dok-Ondar's Den of Antiquities.
That's right, yes.
And then of course Millennium Falcon. So as you can see, Black Spire Outpost is definitely the place to be in Galaxy's Edge. It's the place that you're going to encounter the most lines, and it's the place you're probably going to spend the most time. Not to mention the most money, because Droid Depot, to build a droid is $100 plus tax, and the Savi's Workshop is $200 plus tax to build a custom lightsaber. So, in Droid Depot, they suggest you be 3 or older. In Savi's Lightsaber Workshop, they suggest you're 5 or older. So, and then the builder can bring 1 guest with them. So
that's at both places.
Yes.
So if you're planning on doing both, just keep this in mind. Number 1, if you're going, make a reservation.
Yes.
Because what are they now taking them 180 days?
Yes.
Out in advance.
Just like a dining reservation, you can make an experience reservation.
Yes. So keep that in mind. Make one if you can. Number 2, remember, Droid, 1 of them, $100. Lightsaber, 1 of them, $200. Right there, if you do both experiences, that's $300.
Plus
just
tax.
Plus tax, just between those. And what tax varies between 11 and 12% in Disney?
I always use a rough 12.5%.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind for budgeting purposes. Between the two of those, that's $300 right there alone. So the Droid Depot, really cool. Took Eli in there. It's very, very cool environment. You walk in. We didn't do it. We were able to walk in there and look at everything going on. We plan on going back in October to do both of those experiences. But you walk in and some cast members are there and they give you a blueprint depending on the series of droid you want to build. And then you work yourself through a little queue and areas where you assemble your own working droid. We didn't get to go into Savi's.
No, there was... nothing is like clearly marked. It is kind of all part of being in the land. Plus, it's supposed to be like a covert kind of workshop.
The Den of Antiquities was really cool. Lots of gifts and merchandise in there. Stuff you can buy that your hand shouldn't be able to get a hold of from all the distant edges of the galaxy. From special collections of lightsabers to animals and all statues and all kinds of stuff in there. Definitely worth it. And it's ran by, how do you pronounce his name? Dok-Ondar.
I think that's how you say
Oh,
it.
one of the neatest animatronics I've ever seen. He's in there just, it almost looks like he's the old man kind of making sure you're not touching anything you're not supposed to or trying to run out of the store. Really cool. Eli liked it and he just staring all around.
We did not make a reservation for Oga's Cantina this trip, but we do have one in October. it is, from looking at the menu, you know, there's like a long list of like alcoholic beverages and a long list of non-alcoholic beverages. In the morning, there's like 2 breakfast offerings, like a pastry like thing, and then like a
yogurt,
like an oatmeal
parfait, something.
yeah, something like that. And then for lunch and dinner, it just has Batuu bites listed. So it's not some place to like eat a meal, or even like a lot of lounges have small plates. It's not like that. So you're mostly going in there for a drink. You are limited to 45 minutes and 2 beverages per person. So, and it's not even like a lot of tables. They warn you that it's mostly standing room. Definitely keep that in mind if you're planning on going to Oga's Cantina. That you're probably gonna have to hold your little ones, or they're gonna have to be entertained, or maybe you just don't make a reservation, including like maybe you make 2 separate reservations, or just one parent go in. I'm not sure. We have a reservation for all 4 of us, so we're gonna see what that's like.
So we mentioned Ronto's Roasters, very limited eating options. Oga's Cantina, extremely limited food options and pretty much standing room only. Really, at the end of the day, the only place to sit down and have a meal in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is Docking Bay 7.
Kind of like Pandora, you only have Satuli Canteen. So in Galaxy's Edge, you pretty much only have Docking Bay 7. They try to keep it very authentic to the land, so everything is named a little differently. So, for example, their chicken nugget is called fried Endorian tip-yip, and it's basically just a small brick of chicken that's fried.
It's like a rectangle, just one piece.
It tasted good, but there was no dipping sauce. So if you have a dipper, you're not gonna get any dip. They also didn't offer the traditional Disney kids accompaniments. So there.
I don't even know if grapes were on the menu.
No, I didn't see grapes. I didn't see mandarin oranges.
Uncrustables.
I didn't see an Uncrustable, French fries. So our kids, we got them the fried Endorian tip-yip that came with macaroni and cheese and seasonal vegetable, which was broccoli. And it was $10. So it's a little steep for quick service, even by Disney standards. But that was the most familiar thing on the menu. But the last thing in Black Spire Outpost is, of course, Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Which is an awesome attraction. It's definitely something you need to do. I know there's a lot of mixed reviews, but for our family, we loved it. And it is the Millennium Falcon is a minimum height of 38 inches. And then the Rise of the Resistance that's going to be coming is a minimum height of 40 inches. So there's 2 rides. They both have minimum height requirements. There are basically 2 eateries there in Galaxy's Edge, and they're pretty limited, especially for picky eaters. And then you also have the 2 main experiences, the Droid Depot and Savi's Workshop, which have minimum age suggestions as well as very high price points. So when you take all of that together and you think about your family and would you enjoy Galaxy's Edge? Yes, it's a fun place just to go and look and to see, and just to say, hey, I went there and I saw what all the hype was about. If you have riders that are at least 38 inches, Millennium Falcon is definitely something you should try at least once.
Yes.
But I think as long as you go in there with realistic expectations and a plan for how you want to manage the land, make sure you're looking at the map through My Disney Experience, and make sure you're looking at the menus and plan ahead before you get there. I know you're on vacation and that might sound counterintuitive to plan ahead, but believe me, it's going to make your trip that much more enjoyable. So my suggestion would be go early in the morning if you can and kind of knock it out. If you have little ones, I would say the evening is going to be prettier for ambiance and just being in the land, but I would not expect to do much because the land is going to be really busy by the end of the day. Plus your littles are probably going to be cranky and ready for bed. Don't push them too much.
And $100 price tag's not going to stop you from wanting to build a droid.
And that's the other thing. If you have a large number in your family, it's going to be difficult to either justify spending that much money on lightsabers or droids for everybody, or picking and choosing which kid gets to build something. So, because you can only take the builder plus one non-building guest into either experience. So in October, I scheduled Greg and Chandler to do the lightsaber and me and Eli to do the droid, so that we can each have something to do. Each kid can have an experience, but we're not having to, fork over $600 so that each kid can have each thing, or, $400 so that we can take all four of us in to build a lightsaber. So it is a little cost prohibitive, and it is a little prohibitive to small children if you have like babies or toddlers. But it is a fun land. So I don't want to discourage you too much. Just know that going in there with little ones that can't do much, you're going to need to bring some form of entertainment. Be prepared with a budget and a plan of attack to go through the land, and then you have a really good time.
Yes.
But we did spend more time talking about Millennium Falcon and our review and what we think of the ride in the next video.
Yeah, so be sure to check that out because we even got a camera on the inside to show what it's like being a pilot and a gunner. See you in the next video.